Hi everybody, it's Get Real in the Kitchen with Deanna Olson, and I do not have to look at our little menu to tell you we are having homemade butterscotch pudding from scratch. And you know I'm a boots on the ground cooking teacher, almost 20 years, so I've made a lot of things, and I'm going to run through some tips on this tonight. And of course, we've all know and all tried the packaged puddings at the store, or even prepared puddings, but it's very easy to make your own pudding. And so chocolate pudding, butterscotch pudding, whatever, and I'll just give you some tips. So what I did is, and here it is, and I'm going to stir it for 3 more minutes, and it's actually going to be done, is first I put brown sugar in there and cornstarch, and just mixed them together. And just click through to the blog to the recipe, and you'll get it, the recipe. So that was like 1/3 cup of brown sugar and a couple teaspoons of cornstarch. It's in the recipe. And then I took the evaporated skim milk, and that is something that's often overlooked. It's in the baking aisle. It's in a can. It's always on the bottom shelf, along with the condensed milk and the other evaporated milk. And I had no problem finding evaporated skim milk. So 12-ounce can, I just added that in. And of course, as you know, I will never stop saying that I used a wet paper towel to wipe off the top of the can very well before I opened it with a can opener. And then I put that in here and added the butterscotch chips. Half a cup of those, and I just started stirring. And in this particular case, it came to a low boil within 7 minutes. So I'm on the last 3 minutes, where the recipe just says let it just keep cooking for 3 more minutes, which is where we're at now. And it says when you get done with that, add the vanilla, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Stir that around. And this is done. And it smells fantastic. And it's ready to go into the cups. And so I can give you a couple tips on, got to really stir that vanilla in to make sure it gets incorporated. And so put some of this in cups, because this serves at least 4. Unless nobody's home, then it serves 1. Just eat all the cups together. Keep grabbing cups. So, and then I'll just put some in a tasting test to see how it is, a tasting bowl. And it's warm, so we won't burn our tongue here while we try it. It's really good, and it's going to taste really good when it's cold. And all I want to tell you is a couple things about the ingredients. Now, of course, you could eat this, let it cool and eat it as a warm pudding. It will thicken up. I'm going to put wrap on the top and put it in the fridge for an hour or 2 until it is cool, and have it as a cold pudding. But let me just give you a couple thoughts on the ingredients. The brown sugar. So constant discussions when I was teaching cooking or in the books about what do you do with brown sugar to keep it from hardening up? Well, I'll tell you, you cannot keep brown sugar in the cupboard, okay? It has to stay in a plastic container with a lid on, and then it will stay nice and soft. So just take your bag and close the bag, put it in a plastic container with a lid on. It will stay nice and soft for a very long time, months and months. So there was a lot of just, I know how to bring it back to life using this implement, using this. So I say do yourself a favor and buy some more brown sugar if you need to in 9 months down the road. The cornstarch needs no introduction. We talked about the evaporated skim milk. I did have to go to 2 stores for the butterscotch chips because the first store didn't have it. And the last thing is the vanilla. And I love to read the research and where they look into products and brands and which is best and is it necessary to buy expensive vanilla, and the research showed you don't have to buy the expensive vanilla. Just don't use imitation. Please use real vanilla, and at any price point you will be fine. So that's all I have. It is my favorite week, dessert week, and don't forget to subscribe. And one take. See you next time.